Alright, we are on the PS5, and what we're going to talk about, what we're going to talk about at the end of this video is why I can't play my PS5. But the first half of the video, what we're going to talk about, because obviously you can see in the video right now, I can play it, I just don't want to play it, and I won't play it after I do this video. I'm actually kind of upset that I even played this right now, but I did it because I wanted to have a PS5 video in the background while we talk about why I can't play it. It'll all make sense later, I promise. So here's the thing. We're going to talk a little bit about my PS5 is actually perfect. It's actually perfect. And you know something? It seems like nobody talks about the perfect ones that are out there. We only hear about all the bugged ones, the ones that are completely messed up. That's all we ever hear about. So we're going to talk about one that's actually perfect. Mine is perfect, except for one small, tiny little issue. It's not even an issue, at least I don't think it is. Right now it's not an issue, and if it stays the way it is, I'm 100% fine with that. I am fine if it stays the way it is right now. Now, if it gets worse, that's going to be a problem. So I either have the perfect PS5 right now, kind of, or I have something that's a ticking time bomb that's going to blow up at any moment. Which, trust me, when I tell you about it, it's not that bad. When I tell you how perfect it is so far, you're going to be like, damn, this guy is lucky so far, because he does have the perfect PS5. So far. Unless that little tiny issue becomes a freaking bomb. Anyways, so let's talk about it. Speaking of the PS5, there it is on the screen right now. So, what's the first thing? The USB in the front, I can charge my controller just fine. Apparently there's a bug in some of them to where you can't charge the controller in the front. I guess they already patched that, so I guess everybody should be able to do it now, hopefully. I never had that problem from the start. From the very start, I could plug it into the front. It worked just fine. Perfect, right? Right. That's number one. The second thing is the heat. Has anybody had an overheating issue? I've been hearing about overheating issues, but the only thing I heard about was, I guess it was in a store in one of those showcasing boxes, and it overheated in there because they probably didn't give it any airflow, I'm guessing. But other than that, has anybody actually had overheating issues? I haven't had. Here's the thing about mine. Mine is awkwardly cold while being played to death. My younger son and my nephews have been playing the crap out of this thing since I got it, and it stays legitimately cold. It's weird. Now, it does warm up a little bit on the bottom end, well, on the left end for mine, because mine is sitting horizontally, but if I stand it up, you know, the top stays cold as crap, and the bottom warms up just slightly. Now, that being said, though, nothing crazy has been played on it. Like, the kids haven't played Cold War at 120 hertz on it, so something like that might heat it up, maybe. I don't know. Nothing crazy has been played on it, but everything they have played on it, and they've played a lot of different games on it, it stays cool to the touch. Like those dudes said, the first dudes who got their hands on it when they went to the Sony headquarters and played around with it, and they were like, oh, it's cool to the touch. Same thing. Like, they play on it all freaking night long, and then I'll go and I'll touch it and it'll be cool to the touch. It's actually kind of scary. It's like I'm sitting there touching, I'm like, shouldn't this thing be warmed up a little bit? It's not warmed up at all, but like I said, nothing too crazy has been played on it yet. So yeah, I don't really know if one day we're gonna put Cold War in there at 120 hertz. I don't have a 120 hertz TV at the moment, so that's why we haven't even tried that. But one day maybe we will, and then we'll see if it actually warms up. But right now, she stays cold. She stays cold, and I like it. I like it a lot. A little weird, but because you would expect it to warm up, but no, she stays pretty damn cold. I like it. So let's see. What should we talk about next? The size, bruh. It's not that big. It's not. And I know 99% of people who hear that are going to disagree with me, but dude, it's not that big. Here's the thing. Yes, I understand that it is big, but it's not that big. Yes, it is the biggest console, if not just one of the biggest consoles that have ever been created, but like when I first saw it, when I opened the box, I was expecting this thing to be this big behemoth Hulkamania motherfricker because of the way everybody was talking about it. It's not that big, and I'm a small dude, so if I'm saying it's not that big, that's gotta say something, because I was looking at it and I was like it is big. It is big, all right? I get it. It's big, but people were making it sound like it was absurdly big, like unnecessarily big. People were making it sound like you had to stack two of the big boy PS3s on top of each other to match the size of this thing. No, it's not even. I mean, it is bigger than the PS3, but it's not that much bigger than the PS3. It's like King Kong and Godzilla. You know what I mean? It's not like, not even David and Goliath. People were making it sound like it was David and Godzilla. That's what people were making it sound like. It's not that big. It's really not. I mean, to be honest, I'm glad it's huge, because I'm not gonna lie, it kind of worries me that they overclocked it. I mean, I know it's not a big deal as long as it has, well, the right cooling, and that's the whole point of it being so big, so I'm okay with it being so big, because I'm genuinely worried that they overclocked it, because I have every single first version of every single generation of PlayStation. I have all of them to this day, and all of them work perfectly. I can plug any of them in right now and jump into a game 100% perfect. You know what I'm saying? I've never had a problem with any of them, and I'm actually worried that this is going to be the first time I'm going to have a problem with one of these, which I need to get that extended warranty, because don't you only have 30 days? And I got this on the 12th of November. I got it on first day release, so I need to get on that. I mean, I'm not too much worried. Yeah, I am. I'm actually very worried about it. I'm legitimately worried that this thing's going to go out on me, and I've never had that happen before, so I do need to get that extended warranty. I just need her to last me until the PS5 Pro, and we should be good. We should be good. No, not even, because every time I have the PS4 Pro, I actually took a picture of all 5 of my PlayStations, you know, with each other, and I didn't include the PS4 Pro because I just thought it would ruin the balance if there was 2 PS4 Pros and 1 of everything else, so I didn't include it. So, but anyways, when I got the Pro, one of my kids already has a PS4, and then my other PS4, I just let my other son have that one, and then all 3 of us have a PS4 to play on. So same thing, when the PS5 Pro comes out, I'm going to buy that. Obviously, I'm going to be playing on that because I'm selfish. And the kids can have the PS5. Everybody wins, you know what I mean? It's a win-win for everybody. So what would be next? The storage. Yeah, the storage is kind of upsetting, but it's not that bad. It's honestly not that bad. I have 14 games installed on this thing right now. It's pretty much full, but 14 games, like, are you really going to be switching between 14 games on a regular basis? You know what I mean? And then if I do put something crazy on there, like the next Call of Duty that's going to be 300 gigabytes, I can delete 10 games, and I can have 4 games plus Call of Duty, and then eventually something else will come along, and I mean, I'm not going to play all of these all at once, so I'll just delete something else and put something else on. For me personally, I know a lot of people don't like the storage. A lot of people don't like the storage, but for me, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I got 14 games on there. 14, and I'm not going to play them all? Hell no, I'm not. So, you know what I mean? So, but maybe that's a me problem. You know what I mean? I'm kind of older these days. Back when I was, well, no, even when I was a kid, I didn't, you know what I mean? 14 games would have lasted me forever. And then if a new game comes out, I'll just delete whichever one of those games I'm not playing the most. I'll delete them. It was, yeah, storage has never been a big deal for me. So it's got to be a me problem. You know what I mean? But to me personally, the storage is not a big deal. It's not that bad. And what I mean by it's not that bad is, like, yeah, eventually it'll become a problem, but they're gonna let us expand the storage, you know, just not right now. I don't want to expand the storage anyways. That crap's expensive right now. I don't think anybody, unless you got a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, then, you know, who cares? You know what I mean? Just go buy the damn thing. But people like me, people like me who don't have money, nah, I'm good. And the amount of storage it has right now is gonna last me just fine until Black Friday 2021. That is probably when I'm gonna expand the storage on this thing. Trust me. Trust me. I guess I just don't game like that, but trust me, the amount of storage in there will be fine for the next year. It may not sound like it to some of you, but trust me, for me personally, it'll last. I don't play games like that anymore, especially now. At the end of this video, we're going to talk about it. I can't even play it anyways, not right now anyways. What else can we talk about? You know what? Let's talk about the switcher. I haven't heard too many people talk about the switcher in the PS5. I like the switcher. The switcher is actually amazing. Now I'm just going to come out and say it because we already know this is true. Quick resume on the Series X is a million times better than the switcher. Let's be real. They ain't beating that thing unless they put the same thing inside the PS5, but honestly, we don't need it. I hope they don't put quick resume inside the PS5 because that's going to take more of the storage space because you got to have a certain amount of space for that damn thing. No, do not put it in there. The switcher is fine. It's a little bit ironic because the PS5 is supposed to be unmatched in speed in all aspects, but then here comes the Series X with the quick resume, and it's faster to switch games. Let's be real, it is. So it's not a big deal, but it's just ironic because, you know, the PS5 was touting all this speed of the SSD, and then here comes the Series X with quick resume. I mean, that's the only thing it's faster than it. But and in backwards compatibility, loading, the Series X is faster in loading the old games. I mean, that's for obvious reasons, so we're not going to get into that. But the switcher's amazing. Like, it's not as good as Quick Resume, but I mean, the PS5 loads games so damn fast that it's really not a big deal. I could care less about starting exactly where I left off in the last game, because the PS5 is just gonna load me right back into that bitch in like 10 seconds anyways. And it's easy to get to it. You hit the home button, you go down, and there it is. And then all of your last 4 or 5 games are right there on the list, and you just go to whichever one you want to go to, and it loads you in there in a few seconds. It's not bad at all. I really like it. In fact, I prefer it over Quick Resume because of the whole storage thing I was just talking about. I actually prefer it over Quick Resume. But at the same time, yes, Quick Resume is way better. Obviously, it's immensely better. And plus, the Series X has the storage for it. It has a full terabyte. You know what I mean? It has the storage for it. We ain't got that storage in the PS5. I mean, it's not that much less storage that we have, but still, less is less. You know what I mean? The Series S, forget about it. It's an amazing machine for what it does for the price, but 300 gigabytes of storage? Hell no. PS5 is low enough as it is. 300? I was just talking about how storage is not a problem. Series S, that's a problem. It's amazing. It's amazing, and I applaud Microsoft for what they did with that thing, but nah, I'm good. Me personally, I'm good. I wouldn't even buy that for my kids, honestly. No. You know what else the Series X does way better is backwards compatibility. That is insane. Like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm pro PlayStation, and I agree with them on having all the new games right off the bat, but Microsoft went in on that backwards compatibility. Now, that being said, backwards compatibility is amazing on the PS5. Every single PS4 game that allows for 60 frames and also allows for 4K resolution, PS5 will just take that game and max it the crap out, and it looks amazing. Like, I was looking at my kid play God of War. God of War kind of sucks because the only thing they did, they said they upgraded it for the PS5, but all they did was take performance mode from 45 to 60 FPS, but it's still 1080p. That freaking sucks. They should have upped that crap, because, I mean, it looks good, but I mean, it could have looked better, you know what I mean? But still, though, it's 60 FPS. It's freaking amazing. And then I watched my kid play Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh my god. Like, I have a PS4 Pro, and I bought Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I haven't opened either one of them. So this was the first time I've even seen it. So I don't even know what it looks like on the PS4 Pro. But first he was playing it on the base PS4, and it looked good. It looked good. But then he put it in the PS5. Holy hell, what a difference. I don't know what the difference is on the PS4 Pro, but goddamn, going from the base PS4 to the PS5 was insane. So the Series X does way better on backwards compatibility, but the PS5 is nothing to sneeze at either. That thing is amazing too. It's amazing. Any PS4 game that allows for it, the PS5 will max that bitch out, and it's gonna look amazing. But yeah, Series X is better, because doesn't the Series X have like a what they call it, like smart delivery, where it like automatically ups the crap out of everything you put in it from the original Xbox all the way to now? Like, doesn't it automatically up everything? Whereas the PS5, it can only do that to games that were already set for that upgrade. Otherwise, they have to go in and put an update or a patch / update to make it do that. Anyways, but yeah, the PS5's backwards compatibility is absolutely amazing when the game allows for it. But like I said, Series X is better because I'm pretty sure it just forces it on everything, and everything looks amazing that you put in it. And you know, speaking of Xbox, I just want to throw this out there for whatever reason. Yes, I am a PlayStation player. I own all 5 generations of PlayStation. I guess 6 if you include the mid-gen refresh on the PS4. But the original Xbox, I've owned every single Xbox ever made, and I've owned every single Nintendo ever made. I still have every single Nintendo. The only one I don't have is the Wii U, and that's because there was an issue with the one I had, and I took it back, and then I just didn't bother getting another one. So other than that, I have every single Nintendo ever made. And then the Xbox, for some reason, I have a weird history with Xbox. With my original Xbox got stolen. My 360, I had 2 of them. I still have the 360, but the second one I had, I gave it to one of my ex's kids because his dad pawned it, and then anyways, so I gave that one away, the second one, and then the Xbox One, I had to get rid of that one too. My history with Xbox is weird, but no matter what happens ever, I freaking love Xbox. I love it. I'm more so a PlayStation player, 100%. But you can look at my name and you can tell that one of my all-time favorite games is on the OG Xbox. One of my favorite games of all times, and it's not number 1 on my list, but it's definitely top 5, no matter what, forever. You can look at my channel name and tell, you know what I mean? It's kind of a dead giveaway. Alright, so I think we talked about everything. So now I'm going to explain why I cannot play the PS5, and this video is actually more of a announcement to the few subs that I have. I don't have that many subs, but to my subs, last time I kind of disappeared for a few months without saying anything. I need to actually say something this time. The reason why it took me so long, I did get the PlayStation 5 on the 12th of November. I've had it since launch, but the reason why it took me so long to make this video is because it's technically a PS5 video, so I wanted, you know, PS5 gameplay in the background, but I didn't want to play the PS5, so that's why it took me so long to make this. So it took a lot of I guess willpower for me to actually turn that thing on, record this quick gameplay. I'm actually upset that I played this game. It was actually kind of fun, and I'm upset that I played it, but I had to do it for this video, and now I will never touch this thing again. And the reason why is because if you noticed earlier, I kept saying my younger son and my nephews were playing the PS5. My oldest son got a brain tumor, and it was huge. He had a big ass brain tumor, and they got it out, so he's safe now. He's good, he's healthy, but the problem is that it damaged his eyes, and he is now blind. My oldest son cannot see at all, and the doctor said that there's a chance he'll get his sight back, but they don't know for sure. And the two things that he likes to do the most is play video games and draw. So every time I get on a game, it just makes me feel horrible. I hate that he doesn't even know what the PS5 looks like. I mean he's seen it, you know, like before it came out. He's seen pictures and stuff, but he hasn't even seen it in person. He doesn't even know what the games look like on it, you know what I mean? And I hate it that I get to experience this stuff and he doesn't. He's only 15, you know what I mean? And he can't see anymore. So I don't want to play games knowing that he can't play games. I just feel bad. And I've already had a few people tell me, they were like, oh, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. They're just games. I get that. I understand that. There's no way for, unless I pluck my eyes out, there's no way for me to go through the same thing he's going through. If I could, I wish I could somehow take it from him and I'll be blind and let him see. I'm 32 years old. I've already lived my life, kind of. But he's 15, you know what I mean? He's got a lot more to live, you know? So if I could, I would take it from him, but I can't. So this is the only thing I can really do to go through it with him, so he's not going through it by himself, you know? Yeah, I get it. It's stupid because they're games. Me doing this is not. It's not me trying to say, "Oh, I'm the most amazing dad. I'm gonna drop video games for my son." I'm not saying that. I know this doesn't make me an amazing dad or anything, but it's a personal thing to where this is the one thing I can think of that he doesn't have to go through that alone. You know what I mean? It's one of the things he loves to do, and I hate it that he can't do it, but I still can. I hate that. So every time I pick up a game, it makes me feel horrible. I hate it. Let me shut up now, because I just realized that I went into this whole freaking rant. But yeah, that's the reason why I can't play the PS5. If he can't play it, I can't play it, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? So like I said, this is an announcement to the few subs that I have. This is actually the final video of this channel. I won't be doing anything on here anymore because of this reason. I was thinking about it, maybe I could do something else, like talk about video games and all that crap, but I don't really like doing that. I don't like getting into all that, especially if most of the time I'm be talking about PlayStation, and then it's gonna piss off Xbox people, and then I don't want to do none of that crap. So I'm gonna let this channel go. If one day you do see me back on this channel, you do see a video get uploaded, then it does in fact mean that he got his eyes back, because the doctor said there's a chance that his eyes could heal, but they said that if it doesn't heal because the back of his eyes, like the nerves, got damaged, they said there's nothing they can do about it. So I'm hoping that one of these days he'll wake up and just look at me, literally look at me and say, I can see. So, if that day comes, I will be back. But if not, then yeah, this will be the final video of the channel. So, alright guys, I'm out.